here at the Lawrence Hall of Science here in the foothills of UC Berkeley, and we've got Dee Roster, one of the teachers up here at the Lawrence Hall of Science. You got a ton of kids that come up here every day.
Yes, a lot of kids.
And you teach them all about earthquakes, and it was cool because her and I were talking. You're studying atmospheric science. Hopefully one day going to be a meteorologist.
Sure.
All right. I'll have some career advice off camera. But anyway, you know, we're talking about thunderstorms and lightning, and if you see a lightning bolt and if you count the seconds until you hear the thunder, you can figure out, okay, where the lightning occurred. Well, in earthquakes, it's all about measuring the different types of waves that earthquakes produce. There's the surface waves, what we can kind of feel, and the buildings sway and are damaged. But underneath, there's two types of waves. It's the P and the S wave. We're going to demonstrate what those two waves are and how they can measure where earthquakes actually occur, because it's important to figure out exactly what part of the earth, what fault line they happen on compared to where you live. So stretch out the slinky and go to it. This is what you do every day for the students. Come all the way down. You stretch this out. Now let's talk about P and S wave.
Okay, so I'm going to be the focus of the earthquake, where the earthquake actually takes place. And I send out waves. And there are two types, like you said, P and S. P is a compressional wave, so I compress the earth this way, and I let go. P stands for primary, meaning it reaches sea first, right? And it kind of pushes and pulls the earth around it, kind of like a slinky would. Now, an S wave is a secondary wave. It arrives at a location after the P wave, and it looks like this. Now, that's a shear wave, and it's a little slower, but it's stronger as well. And like Steve said, based on the time lapse between the arrival of the P waves and the S waves, you can determine how far you are away from the earthquake.
And that is definitely what you need to know, especially in this area of the bay where we lie right along the Hayward Fault, right at our feet. The San Andreas Fault is right along the back part of the bay, in fact, right along those mountains encompassing the city. So this area has a 62% chance within the next 30 or so years of having a big earthquake, 6.7 on the Richter scale or higher. What's the number one question the kids ask you when they come up here to the Lawrence Hall?
Has there ever felt a huge earthquake?
And I have.
And
they're very scary, because the thing about being in weather is we can, with somewhat good accuracy, can predict thunderstorms and hurricanes and tornadoes, but you can't predict an earthquake yet. They come out of nowhere.
And these kids, the ones who've come here, have never felt an earthquake or a big earthquake like the ones that we've felt.
Exactly, and the big one is yet to come. 1906, of course, the great earthquake and fire afterwards just absolutely leveled this city. So it's a day of remembrance, a day of looking back at the history of the 1906 earthquake, but it's also the genesis of earthquake prediction and earthquake measurements, and it's a great day up here in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're going to have more demonstrations and more about the 1906 earthquake here from the Lawrence Hall of Science coming up throughout the day here on MSNBC. Randy and Amy, we'll toss back to you.
Well, that may be one of the simplest yet most effective visuals I've seen for those aftershocks.
Good job, guys. That was really good. You bet.
All right, Steve. Thank you.
Well, Americans are getting larger, and marketers are noticing millions of Americans have been buying plus-size clothing.
Businesses also